lot of Chinese businessmen operating in Nigeria, quite a number of successful companies in Nigeria. The foreign direct investment of China to Nigeria now is over $15 billion. So it's, yes, presently it's quite significant. And of course, you recall that I visited China not too long ago, last year. So the premier visiting Nigeria now is very, very important to us. Because while in China, there are quite a number of areas that we discussed things that have not been well concluded. And there are also new things that we think we can interface with China. So they are coming significant. Of course, you know that even our trade relationship with China is quite huge. We import an average of about $10 billion worth of goods from China. Among the top 20 most important items we import, those are the very regular things we import. 40% of that come from China. So you really see the importance of the visit. It will help us open new areas that we think will place before the Chinese government to handle.
Let's dig a little deeper into the investment side of what China does in Nigeria. What specific aspects of the economy is China especially strong in with foreign direct investment?
The Chinese companies are into almost everything. The issue of foreign direct investment, they are into oil. Of course, you know, they are quite strong in oil. They are also into infrastructure, like power infrastructure, transportation infrastructure. They are also into light manufacturing, but not quite significant. These are the areas we want to emphasize that they should beef up. Of course, some attempts also is made in the area of agriculture, but not too significant. In fact, when I was in China, that is one area we discussed about the rice production in Nigeria.
Because you are the biggest importer of rice.
We are the biggest importers of rice, and we want to see that we produce enough rice for our people.
To become entirely self-sufficient.
Yes, that is our target.
The issue of education, access to education, and the quality of education, agricultural development and creation of wealth, and employment creation. So these are things that will benefit the Nigerian community. And, it's great that we, the governors of the country, thought it wise to deal with these issues. The conference in America, in which almost all the governors in the Northeast and Northwest are attending, they are there. You can see that by the time we went halfway, Sokoto State governor left, Zamfara governor left, because we were all heading to America. In the morning, Kano called in with Adamawa to say they were already heading to America. Adamawa was already even in Britain by this morning. So a lot of them are gone there. The rest may have one reason or the other why they're not present, but at least we had the coup. At the beginning of our first term, we did not focus on agriculture. Our focus was on infrastructure development and education, health and power. But when we discovered that if we needed to deal with and be successful about fighting insecurity, then we needed to deal with employment and income generation. And to do that, we need to create that employment through agriculture, because about 80% of those who are involved in kidnapping and militancy were those who are not even gotten acquired their first school living certificate, and they had grown above acquiring first school living certificate and may not want to go back to school. So what we did was to create an opportunity for them to get involved in wealth creation. So now we have constructed about 3 or 4 farms. We revived Prison Palm. We're trying to revive the Delta Rubber farm. We have created the Songhai farm, 300 hectares. Then the banana farm, which is supposed to employ 4,000 workers. And then the fish farms that we have. So you can see that all that was done to enable us to create employment opportunities for our people and keep and put wealth in their hand, or create income in their hands. The law is simple. If the law says you can't abuse it, you can't abuse it. I don't know why people are scared, but you see, you could protect more lives if you have the control of the state police. This is that the federal government is not able to fund the Nigerian police. Now each state will fund according to its ability, right? The state will fund according to its ability. And the moment you start funding your own police, you equip them, they are well trained, then they're able to reduce insecurity in the state. I've initially said that well, I consider it a waste of time, but beyond that, I won't say anything else. I'm glad you enjoyed the event. I'm glad you say it's well organized. And when we finished the election, and I approached my colleagues on the other side who were pursuing an agenda that were not clear to us, and they remained adamant. And I didn't have a choice but to continue to make overtures to them for peace. We think that the poor people should be afforded the opportunity to be educated. For me, I believe that there should be free education from the primary to secondary level. At the university, I think you should pay something, but the government may have to subsidize it the way they're subsidizing fuel. But they need to have education at the basic level. That I think should be free, and I think it's free in most states. The Lagos State governor told me that the education is free in Lagos between the primary and secondary school. He told me that just a few minutes ago. So how can he be running a program where in some section of Lagos people are not getting free education? I'm not the governor of Cross River. I don't know if he, as I said, I did say that every state is pursuing free education. I just said in most states in the country, we have free education at the primary and secondary school level. You should ask that question to the president. There are two persons you should ask that question. They are the INEC chairman and then the president. They must guarantee to us a free and fair education, free and fair election. That way they either eradicate or reduce completely the reason for violence. I'm not running for the governorship of Rivers State 2015, so I won't say if I'm not. But I'm saying that I pray that we have a free and fair election, and I pray that APC, and I believe APC will win, going by the performance we have made in the state. And after that, whoever wins should take up leadership. This is the lawless country. In how many weeks or how many months? You can't achieve everything. We've proceeded from, look at what we did in Sokoto and look at how the impact it has had in the country. In Sokoto, we read the Riot Act of Corruption. We said the NMPs that 5 billion naira was missing. The Minister for Finance denied it, and a few weeks after, we discovered that I was right. We talked about the corruption in the NPC. A few weeks after, they found out again I was right. That should preoccupy you first before you talk about if we have achieved all that. At least we've achieved putting the information before the public. You should work hard. I graduated from university at the age of 22. I became a speaker at 30-something, I can't remember now, and I became a governor at 42. That was a good record, going by the military. During the First Republic, there were so many people who were either ministers or governors or anything at 20-something. I think it was Gowon that was 20-something when he became president. Spieth was 26 when he became governor of Rivers State, so you see. But for me, who did not have any godfather, who had to struggle and wait for God's blessing and all that, it means that if the youths work hard, they won't be governors at 50. So I say you have to work hard to be governor to be able to actualize your vision. If you don't have a platform, how do you actualize your vision? If you don't have a platform, you'll be making noise. I think you have to have a platform, and that platform means that you have to work hard to run for an election. You continue to put yourself up for election, and one day they will hear you and you win. And when you win, then you can actualize you can use that platform to actualize your vision. It's affected our revenue so badly that we don't have enough revenue to pay salaries, to do social development and all that. I've said that before. I'm not federal government, so know that somebody opened an employment opportunity and people employ people are not able to pay them. It's the president that can react to that. And I don't know what else I can do if he's being president. I don't see anything else in Rivers State. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, sir.